This episode is going to blow your mind. We're finally seeing Kizaru go up against Luffy, and it's as epic as you'd expect. In the last episode, we watched Kizaru leap towards Sentomaru on Egghead Island with his dazzling Yada no Kagome attack a move like a shining mirror that lights up everything. Before we dive in, if you're pumped for this adventure, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss a single episode. Alright, let's get into the video.
Our captain, Monkey D. Luffy, went full beast mode and took down Kaido, the dragon tyrant of Wano, earning himself a shiny new title. One of the 4 emperors of the sea after that epic showdown, the Straw Hats crash-landed on Future Island Egghead, a tech-packed wonderland run by the genius Dr. Vegapunk. But it's not all fun and games. Vegapunk's got secrets the world government wants buried, and now Luffy's crew is caught in the crossfire. Last we saw, the stakes were sky high, and the Navy was closing in. The episode kicks off with Luffy, now an emperor, soaking in the craziness of Egghead. What is this place? He shouts, gawking at the futuristic gizmos. Think giant mechs, laser shooting sea beasts, and a vibe that screams sci-fi pirate paradise. The Straw Hats barely get their bearings when Dr. Vegapunk, the brain behind it all, drops a bombshell. The government's gonna eliminate me just like Ohara. Yep, this guy's been digging into the Void Century, aka the forbidden history that got Ohara wiped off the map, and the world government's not happy. Threatened with death, Vegapunk turns to Luffy with a desperate plea: help me escape this island. Luffy, being the big-hearted chaos king he is, doesn't even blink game on. But hold up, it's not just a simple rescue mission. The world government's already sent their top dog, CP Zoo, to take Vegapunk out. Wouldn't one Dr. Vegapunk be enough in this world? One of them mutters, all cold and cryptic classic Five Elders vibes. These masked assassins mean business, hunting Luffy and the crew like it's open season. And just when you think it can't get worse, bam plot twist, one of Vegapunk's own satellites, York, pulls a total heel turn. This chick's supposed to be on Team Vegapunk, but nope, she's stirring up havoc, betraying her creator and turning Egghead into a war zone. As if that's not enough, the Navy's gearing up for a full-on invasion. Admiral Kizaru, yep, the light-speed laser guy, is on his way, leading a fleet so massive it makes a Buster Call look like a kiddie pool party. Proceed as planned. Send all the available ships to Egghead. The orders crackle over the Den Den Mushi. We're talking 100 ships, 20 battleships, and 30,000 soldiers. Overkill much. Luffy's emperor status has the government shook, and they're not taking chances. Egghead's about to become ground zero, and the Straw Hats are right in the middle of it. Meanwhile, the chaos ripples all the way back to Dawn Island, where Luffy's journey began. The locals are huddled around the latest newspaper, jaws dropping at the headlines. Straw Hat Luffy's hostage situation, blares one article, but it's the other story that's got everyone buzzing. Vice Admiral Garp's gone missing at Pirate Island. Hachinosu Garp-san. He disappeared at Pirate Island. Whoop Slap yells, clutching the paper. I went there to rescue this Kobe guy, right? Sacrificed himself for his friend. The old mayor's freaking out, but he's quick to add, it doesn't say he's dead, he's a man of many legends. Don't worry, Makino chimes in, soothing the crowd. That's right, he'll be fine. Her baby even giggles at Luffy's goofy grin and the photo's future pirate fan in the making. But not everyone's so chill. Up on Menti Kalubo, Data and Luffy's tough as nails foster mom is a mess, sobbing over Garp's fate. Idiots, what are they doing? She wails, while Dogra and Magra feel the ground start to shake. Yeah, something big's brewing. And it's not just emotions, there's a literal tremor hinting at the madness about to unfold. But the screen explodes with chaos as an earthquake of insane proportions rocks every corner of the world. It's an earthquake, people scream from East Blue to the Grand Line. In Lagatown, towers sway. At Twin Cape, Laboon thrashes against the cliffs. Water 7's canals overflow as iceberg braces for impact. Even Wano's got Momonosuke feeling the rumble. This is a big one. Someone yells in the North Blue. South Blue's hit with a tsunami, while West Blue streets flood in a panic. And up in Mary Joey's, the Five Elders' fancy throne room shakes like it's about to crumble. This isn't just a tremor, it's the biggest quake in recorded history, and it's leaving no island untouched. But here's where it gets spooky. Nobody can pinpoint where this thing started. The epicenter could not be detected. The reports say, calling it seismologically unusual. Cut to a lone ship drifting where the kingdom of Lelusia used to be. 6 days ago, that place got wiped off the map, no warning, no trace. There's no land anymore, just a giant hole gushing water. The crew gasps, staring at a massive circular waterfall in the ocean like the sea's swallowing itself whole. The connection's unclear, but the timing, suspicious as heck, and the fallout's brutal. Sea levels jump a meter worldwide, flooding beaches and sinking islands. The beach has never been flooded like this, Whoop Slap cries back in Fuchsia Village, watching waves lap at his doorstep. One guy even yells, a shark swam right into my house. Talk about a bad day. While the world's drowning, the Navy's bringing the heat to Egghead. This ain't no small fry operation. Kizaru's leading a fleet that make Roger's Ghost sweat. 100 ships, 20 massive battleships, 30,000 soldiers, 9 vice admirals, and the lightspeed admiral himself. Catch Kizaru chilling on a warship, munching his favorite meal. Oh, my favorite, he grins when Sentomaru calls him out over the Den Den Mushi. I told you not to attack the Sea Beast weapon, Sentomaru snaps, ticked off about Kizaru blasting one of Vegapunk's cyborg sharks. Kizaru shrugs, well, it attacked us first. Smooth Admiral, real smooth, the convo gets tense quick. Kizaru tries to play nice, why don't you surrender and return to us, Sentomaru-kun? But Sentomaru's not budging. If you try that again, we'll start attacking Uncle. He drops a bombshell. Vegapunk modeled the pacifist as lasers after Kizaru's light powers. I never thought you'd come to kill old man Punk one day, he says, disbelief dripping from every word. Kizaru's all calm and collected. Studying the Void Century is a crime even I can't defend. I'm just the Navy's puppet. But he admits a fight's not ideal. The more we destroy, the more we lose. Inside one of the warships, we get a peek at the real puppet master, Saint Saturn, one of the 5 elders, keeping his presence on the down low. Don't let them know I'm here. He orders Vice Admiral Doberman. Eyeing Morgans' headline, the Straw Hats hostage situation. What's the truth? Saturn demands, cutting through the hype. Doberman spills the beans CP0 hasn't checked in, meaning their mission's a bust. Sentomaru's still defending Egghead, so Vegapunk, his satellites, the Seraphim, and the Straw Hats 10 of them, allied up or hold up in the law phase. The Frontier Dome's at 100%, locking everyone in and out. Oh! And CP0's top dogs Rob Luchikaku and Stussy, captured in the Fabirio phase by Sentomaru's Pacifistum and K.I. units. It's been a day, and we still don't know what's happening inside. Doberman adds, Saturn's not messing around, he wants answers, and he wants them now. Saturn's paranoia kicks in hard. Where'd the research staff and technicians go? He asks. Doberman's got it covered. They evacuated yesterday, we've tracked their ships, but Saturn's not taking chances, sink them. What if they know too much, cold-blooded? Then there's Jewelry Bonnie, Kuma's daughter, spotted on Egghead. Saturn brushes her off, will have no more use for her. She's just a girl, harsh. Dude, the Navy's tightening the noose, and Egghead's looking like a trap with no exit. The action jumps straight to a game-changer Kizaru's mid-meal. I'm still eating here, when his crew picks up a signal from Egghead. They're calling Mary Joyce, someone shouts, and boom, we've got a black transponder snail buzzing with drama. The 5 elders Mars, Jupiter, Nashuro, and the gang are wiretapping from their creepy throne room when York's voice crackles through. Hello. It's me, York. She's freaking out. What are you thinking? Why are you trying to kill me, too? I'm the one who told you about Stella's betrayal. Mars snaps back. You're still a Vegapunk, York. But she's got a comeback. If I cared about the Void Century, I wouldn't have snitched. Oh, snap, this girl's playing both sides like a pro. York's not just whining, she's got leverage. Egghead is all mine now, she brags, revealing she's got the Seraphim, those hulking pacifista upgrades, under her thumb. When Nashuro asks about CP0 and the Straw Hats, she smirks. The fact I'm the only one contacting you after last night should tell you everything. Translation, she's cleaned house. Then she gets bold. Why's this fleet surrounding the island? Do you want to have a war with me? The elders pivot fast. You can recreate the Mother Flame too. They ask. York confirms the island's power plant can whip up that mysterious super weapon, and she's ready to deal. Don't harm me or the lab, and make me a celestial dragon. Mars agrees. It will be done. York's grinning. Oh, now you'll play along. I knew you'd want it. But then her tone flips to panic. Save me already. Straw Hat Luffy will kill me. Wait, what? Cut to the Labo phase. And holy plot twist, York's chained to the ground, Zoro's sword at her neck, surrounded by Luffy, Bonnie, Vegapunk, and even a beat-up Rob Lucci Usopp's on the snail yelling, we'll use you to force our way through. Nami and Vegapunk are piecing it together. So that's what was going on. Luffy's scratching his head. Should we use her as a shield to escape? Bonnie nods. This is like a hostage situation. Then perks up. Want some pancakes? Sanji's on it. Yay, give me all that. Robin's resting after Chopper patched her up. She'll be fine with rest. He says while the crew reflects on their teamwork. You did a great job rescuing Vegapunk, someone says, but Usopp's sweating bullets. It's impossible to escape. Luffy's all grins. Smash all these guys. York's shaking no as Zoro tightens his grip. Outside, Saturn's not playing nice. Will Luffy and his friends be able to carry out their plan? The narrator teases, setting up the next episode, completely surrounded the operation to escape Egghead. We start with the Navy's point of view. Vice Admiral Doberman is on deck, sizing up the situation. He says, no mistake about it, inside the Labophase research layer are 7 people, including Dr. Vegapunk himself, plus 4 Seraphim guarding them. He adds, we also think the Yonko Straw Hat crew, 10 members strong, is siding with them. Here comes Luffy. Stealing the spotlight, he grabs the Den Den Mushi from York, takes a big breath, and yells, hello. My name is Monkey D. Luffy. I'm the one who'll become the king of the pirates. His crew flips out shouting, whoa, Luffy, what are you talking about? But he keeps going. We have Dr. Vegapunk if you want to save York's life. Clear all the ships from the shore. York's wailing. Help, Straw Hat's gonna kill me. While Marines listening and gasp, he's so evil he's as vicious as they say. News mogul Morgans loses it. What is he doing? What? Luffy-san, what is this all about? Is he threatening the five elders? He's making a mockery of authority as always. Mars asks, "Are you Straw Hat Luffy?" And Luffy fires back, "Yes, I am. Is that a problem?" Don't provoke them even more. And Mars presses, "Who is still alive in there?" Luffy starts, "Well, some people are injured and but Robin cuts in with a clank, grabbing him. She scolds, "Why did you do that? Information is a weapon. You must not give it to your enemies." Luffy says, "I see. Sorry. But now the ships will be gone." Usopp snaps, "No way you think the Navy's that dumb." Luffy's bold hostage play has everyone on edge back with the fleet. Saint Saturn lays down the law to Doberman. He says, "Stee Saturn, there are 3 things we must protect York's safety: their brain punk records, and the power plant that creates the mother flame. All else is expendable." Doberman hesitates, but Rob Lucci and other Cypher Paul agents are still. Saturn cuts him off. "I'm just talking about the worst case scenario. Don't lose sight of our highest priorities. You should consider human lives as nothing more than insects. They reproduce quickly, even if their numbers dwindle." Doberman swallows hard and says, "Yes, sir. The elders are ice cold. They'll sacrifice anyone to secure York, Vegapunk's brain data, and that mother flame power plant Luffy's threat isn't scaring them off yet." Inside the Labafes, tension explodes. York, still tied up, smirks at the Straw Hats. "Listen, you fools, I made a pact with the 5 elders. If you touch me, you'll all get destroyed along with the island, just like Ohara." That hits a nerve, and Nami smacks her hard, yelling, "That hurt? How could you say such a thing in front of Robin? I won't forgive you." York cries, "I won't forgive you. I'll tell the 5 elders." Nami snaps, "Go ahead," and Robin says, "I won't forgive you either." Zoro steps in. Whoa, she's unarmed, trying to cool things down. Chopper asks, "Robin, are you feeling okay?" And she smiles, "Yes, thanks to you, Chopper." He blushes, "That doesn't make me happy, you fool." Vegapunk chimes in, "I should thank you guys too. If it weren't for you, I would have been killed by York." Kaku, resting from his injuries, grumbles, "We couldn't have done it alone. While we were running from the Seraphim, he came in at the right time. I just ran into you while looking for Ronoa. How pathetic I am, but I was against 2 Seraphim at the same time." Zoro smirks in the end, "You were saved by me." And Kaku snaps, "Shut up, ouch." Then mutters, "Alright, go to sleep." Damn. While Usopp's on the comms, "Hey, are you guys behaving down there?" The basement lights up. Usopp connects with the Cypher Paul agents who cheer. "Straw Hats, thank you for the food. You guys saved our lives. So good, I feel alive again. I'm alive thanks to you guys." One says, "Hey, there are enemies, keep your voice down," but they beg, "Now just let us out of here." Usopp laughs, "I'm glad that you're okay now, but that's too much to ask." They switch gears. "Then could you at least relocate us? We can't relax with them around." Someone asks, "Is there a problem?" "I thought that the Seraphim were on your side." Another replies, "Yeah, but in case they go berserk." Frankie jumps in. "They're safe, right, Vegapunk?" He explains, "Of course. Those bubble balls are made of the same material as Pacifista Mark III's bubble shields, which even deflect cannon blasts. They're created with sea energy, so they're the perfect weapons for trapping devil fruit power users." An agent says, "Oh, I thought they were just ordinary bubbles, bah." And as Snake grumbles, "How dare you trap me in this thing, bah," but adds, "You don't need to be scared of us. None of us were ordered to kill you. We have no interest in you." The agents sigh, Oh yeah, then we don't need to worry." Frankie grins, "But I'm grateful to you. Is Snake, you undid the petrifications on us." Vegapunk's confused. "She did that? That's strange. I never programmed Ez Snake to do that." But flashback time, Luffy spots Ez Snake and yells, "Hey Hancock, they're my friends, please undo it. She's stunned." "What?" But he pleads, "Come on, only you can save them, so please." Ez Snake stammers, all right, so just stop looking right at me," and undoes the petrification. Usopp marvels, "Oh, is that what happened?" Jinbe laughs, "Even the original Hancock, a nasty piece of work, has a soft spot only for Luffy. How funny, her Seraphim is the same way." Vegapunk's mind is blown. Hancock, the information transmitted through the bloodline elements when producing clones, is really interesting. Lilith adds, "Lilith was depetrified and let me use her bubble gun, so I could capture all the Seraphim at once. And Nami-san saved me too." Luffy cheers, "Thank you for everything, Hancock." "Thank you, Pao." And as Snake blushes hard, "What? Did you just say I love you?" Who Atlas sounding the alarm. Stella, the communication system has been restored, but the Frontier Dome still won't open. Dr. Vegapunk grumbles, "Heem." While York, tied up in smug taunts, "It's pointless, I protected it with a passcode. But my brain's not cinched with all of you, and I won't tell you." Lilith snaps, What should I do with you?" But Edison steps in. "Lilith, calm down." York keeps gloating, "I'm protected by a code in the world itself. If we can't deactivate the barrier, we can't escape." And someone groans, "What? Even after all I did to help us escape?" Another voice snaps, "I told you that didn't work. And I'm sure the world government never intended to let us off the hook in the first place." Stussy drops a bombshell. "We're completely surrounded in all directions, Stella. There are about 100 ships of various sizes and 30,000 soldiers. Admiral Kizaru is there too." Vegapunk sighs, "It's quite an event." As Stussy Luffy's welcome back Stussy-sama coffee. She says, thanks. Vegapunk asks, tell me about the shipping route, and Nami checks her log pose. The log pose hasn't recorded the signal yet, but we have one steady needle from the land of Wano. It's pointing northwest. Vegapunk cuts in, oh, that'd be Elbaf. Luffy and Usopp explode Elbaf. Are we going there? Finally, they chant, Elbaf Baf, everyone's big because they're giants. Edison's puzzled, why are they so excited? Vegapunk explains, fortunately, your ship is in the Lubbo phase now. The Navy ships are off the shore in all directions. It's impossible to sail out of the port the northeast direction we'd be heading is the backside of the island. Luckily, your ship is beside the Vegaforce 01. He adds, we could use the Vegaforce 01 to fly over the Navy's blockade, but that robot can only fly within the airspace over Eget, so once it leaves the airspace, it'll quickly plummet. That's not far enough to escape. But Frankie jumps in. No, once we get that far, we'll use the Sunny's Coop to burst to fly even farther if we fly a kilometer away. They won't be able to catch us. Vegapunk stunned. What? That ship can fly that far, it flies on Cola, and Vegapunk says, great, let's go with that. The plan kicks into gear. Vegapunk orders Lilith use the Vegaforce 01 to move Straw Hat's ship to the backside of the island. Lilith cheers, I know, okay, but warns, first, we have to deactivate the Frontier Dome. York taunts, I won't tell you the code. Vegapunk Atlas and Edison shout, let's crack it, don't underestimate Vegapunk. Brooke muses, I guess we have a plan now. I don't think it's all gonna work out the way we want it to, but Usopp says, true, but we won't know for sure unless we try. Luffy declares, if you're going to the Sunny, I'm coming with you. Let's leave for Elbaf already. Bonnie adds, me too, I'll help you too. Frankie says, oh, thanks. And they yell. All right, let's start the operation, Lilith says. Let's move the ship to the backside. The barrier could come down at any minute. Frankie warns, yeah, I hope that doesn't cause more problems. And Luffy asks, you don't want it to be down. Frankie replies, why do? But if we're going to be able to escape, it means the enemy's attacks will be able to get through. Luffy goes, ah, you're right. Lilith admits, actually, this is my first time leaving the island. Luffy laughs, this isn't a field trip, then frowns. Either way, we need more food. Bonnie agrees. We'd eat all of this in one day. Let's get more pizzas. Cheese is enough. Luffy says, if we have the ingredients, Sanji will make us pizzas. Bonnie gushes, he's pretty cool, huh? He's a good cook and a good fighter. Luffy asks, why are you in a good mood now? Kind of creepy. Earlier, you were so bitter against Old Man Apple. Bonnie smiles, yeah, I won't kill Vegapunk. And Luffy teases, what a relief. You were crying all night, weren't you? She snaps, no, I wasn't. It's a sweet moment as the team rallies. Meanwhile, the Marines get serious. A soldier yells, transmission from Mr. Rob Lukshi, we now know the situation inside. Lukshi reports for seriously injured. Two of Vegapunk's satellites dead. Saturn asks Kizaru, did you hear that, Borsalino? Kizaru drawls, yes I did, he was talking a big game like he was in control. But it seems like they're actually trapped inside. Saturn says, the Frontier Dome is a laser defense system, correct? You are light itself, can you get inside? Kizaru replies, quite frankly I can, but a good friend of mine is defending Vegapunk below it. Saturn snaps, you can just jump over him. Kizaru pushes back, it wouldn't be cool of me to humiliate a man who is determined to stand in my way. Let me at least stick to my principles. Besides, if we attack them, Sentomaru will order countless sea beast weapons and the 50 pacifistas to sink our ships. There will be tremendous damage. Saturn asks, we can't take too much time then. Do you know the location of the power plant? Kizaru smirks. Rob Lukshi is a capable man. All the information we need to know was sent to us. The fleet roars into action. Prepare for battle, prepare for battle. If you can use the 6 powers, make for land as soon as the battle begins. Free the captured Siffer Paul agents. Artillery fire won't work on the pacifistas' aim for the sea beast weapons. Luffy's group reaches the Sunny and Vegaforce 01. Luffy's bouncing. This is fun, the ground of a sky island. Frankie snaps, I know, it's exciting. But get serious, look, there's the Sunny. Suddenly, a flash. Kizaru shouts, Sacred Yata Mirror, and beams himself onto Egghead. Sentomaru's ready, axe in hand. You're finally here, Uncle Pacifistas. Kizaru calls, here I go, Sentomaru-kun. Sentomaru roars, bring it on. Uncle, my defense is the greatest in the world. Their fists collide, and back in the Labo phase, Luffy freezes. What's that? Light from below. Someone's here, someone's strong. The screen cuts to a teaser. After landing on Egghead, Kizaru is attacked by Sentomaru. Vegapunk's bodyguard, what is it that these two once like-minded men really need to protect? Bitterly bidding farewell to memories of days gone by. Two fists now collide. Next time, a clash of two men's determination, Kizaru and Sentomaru.
The story starts with a bang as Kizaru calls out to Sentomaru and lands a powerful kick. The impact causes a huge blast, shaking the ground beneath them. Sentomaru doesn't back down, though he fights back with his own mighty strikes, showing off his incredible strength. Kizaru smirks and says, as always, incredible strength. Ha, but Sentomaru stands tall and shouts, I won't let you pass from here, Uncle. The two warriors leap at each other. Their clash so intense it sends a shockwave rippling across Egghead Island. You can feel the power even from outside the island, it's that wild. Meanwhile, the Marines are making their move. Vice Admiral Doberman yells. Admiral Kizaru charges in. He leads Vice Admiral Dull and 9 other Vice Admirals in a bold attack against the Pacifista Mark III units, those giant robotic weapons built to protect the island. Let's go, Doberman commands, and the Marines unleash a storm of cannon fire. Don't let them fire lasers. He shouts, the cannons boom, and the attack works perfectly. The Vice Admirals land on the island, ready to fight. A Marine cheers. Alright, keep supporting the Vice Admirals like this. The excitement is high. But it doesn't last long. Suddenly, the Sea Beast weapons roar into action. These massive, terrifying creatures start attacking the battleships, smashing them left and right. One Marine yells, it's the Sea Beast weapons. Another cries, we're in trouble. A third rallies the group. Let's get them before they get us. Just as a Sea Beast sneaks up behind some scared Marines, a Vice Admiral jumps in with a shout, leave it to me. He unleashes his Steam Knuckle attack, a steaming punch that smashes half the Sea Beast's face, saving the day. The danger keeps coming, though. A Seraphim, a powerful robotic figure, gets ready to blast the ships with lasers. Before it can fire, Vice Admiral Doll leaps into action. Don't shoot the ship, she yells, soaring through the air. You're dealing with me. She lands a crushing kick on the Seraphim's head, causing a loud boom that echoes across the shore. Other Vice Admirals land too, taking down pacifistas with their skills. Bluegrass, one of the Vice Admirals, says. The Vice Admirals landed on the island as well. He turns to Dole and asks, where is the lab where they're holding the Cypher Paul agents? She points ahead and replies, over there. The Marines are pushing forward, and the tension is rising. Inside, the Straw Hats are watching all this chaos unfold. Usopp exclaims, the Navy and the robot Sea Beast started fighting at the shore. Brooke, confused, asks, what? Why now? Vegapunk steps in to explain. As long as Sentomaru is commanding the pacifistas, the island's defenses are iron tight. He lays out the pacifista authority hierarchy, the 5 elders, himself and his satellites, Sentomaru, and the authority chip. Usopp's eyes widen as he figures it out. Isn't that why he came to take out Sentomaru? Nami gasps when she hears Kizaru's name. Brooke adds, no way. Nami asks, is he here already? Brooke replies, he's now fighting right below us. York, tied up on the ground, smirks and taunts them. You people are done for. Zoro glares at her, shutting her up quick. Sanji mutters Kizaru. Huh. Brooke shivers and says, this brings back some unpleasant memories from Sabati Archipelago. Chopper nods sadly. At that time, we couldn't fight back at all. Zoro, staying cool, says, I never thought I'd see him again on this island. The Straw Hats are worried, and you can feel the weight of their past with Kizaru hanging over them. Back on the battlefield, Sentomaru swings at Kizaru, but the Admiral vanishes in a flash of light and pops up behind him. Vegapunk, watching from the lab, cries out, I can't believe he has to fight Kizaru. I'm sorry, Sentomaru. That battle is too cruel. I wouldn't blame you for running away. Edison tries to lift his spirits. Keep your chin up, Stella. Focus on cracking the passcode for now. Atlas agrees. Edison is right. Let's hurry. Vegapunk nods. Okay, they're racing against time while the fight rages on. Kizaru moves like lightning around Sentomaru. Too fast to keep up with. Just surrender. Sentomaru kun, he taunts, hitting him with a light speed kick and then firing off his Yasakani Sacred Jewel, a dazzling attack that shoots loads of lasers at Sentomaru. Sentomaru fights back, shouting, I'm sorry. Uncle, Straw Hat Luffy and I made a promise. Kizaru raises an eyebrow. Straw Hat, since when did you side with pirates? Sentomaru dodges the lasers, grabs his axe, and leaps at Kizaru. Any ally will do, he yells. If it helps me get who I'm indebted to off this island. He swings his axe and cuts Kizaru in half, or so he thinks. Kizaru's light body reforms, and Sentomaru's jaw drops as a flashback takes us back in time. We're in a forest years ago. Young Kizaru and Vegapunk are walking together. Kizaru says, we've been getting a lot of calls lately about wild bears attacking islanders around here. Vegapunk replies, I hope the extermination device I developed will help. They hear a noise and walk toward it, only to find a tiny Sentomaru surrounded by beaten animals. Kizaru blinks. How odd, we were asked to hunt bears, but Vegapunk finishes. Did that child take them down? Kizaru asks the kid, did you beat them? In the cutest voice ever. Sentomaru chirps. Yeah, I beat them in sumo. He's so adorable you can't help but smile. Vegapunk says, you're strong. Where are you from? Sentomaru puffs out his chest. People from my village are weak, and I hate them, so I won't go back there. Kizaru teases. You got kicked out, didn't you? Sentomaru insists, I'm strong and I don't even get hungry, but I want to work. Oh, something you'd like to buy. Sentomaru's stomach growls, and he yells, rice balls. Everyone bursts out laughing. It's such a sweet moment. Back in the present, Kizaru sighs. You were so adorable. The flashback picks up again. Kizaru asks, work? Vegapunk nods. I guess you're confident in your physical strength. Kid, do you want to be my bodyguard? Sentomaru's eyes light up. Are you gonna hire me? I'll do it. Later, he's bouncing around Kizaru, calling, Uncle, Uncle. Kizaru chuckles. Are you calling me? Sentomaru asks, how should I protect old man Punk? Kizaru grumbles. Uncle, makes me sound like some old geezer, but Sentomaru keeps going. Teach me how. Uncle, it's clear they had a special bond back then. In the present, Kizaru says, I did my best to teach you. Sentomaru kun. Sentomaru charges at him with his sumo strike, landing a hit that makes blood drip from Kizaru's mouth. But Kizaru doesn't flinch. But my defense is as strong as yours, he says. Sentomaru's eyes widen in shock as Kizaru points a laser at him. A massive explosion rocks the island, leaving Sentomaru down and the Marines staring in awe at the destruction. Kizaru walks over calmly and picks up the Pacifista Authority chip. Pacifistas, he says, your commander is unconscious, so the mission has changed. Work with the Navy ships to sink the Sea Beast weapons. The Pacifistas, who were attacking the ships, stop and turn their lasers on the Sea Beasts. One Sea Beast looms over a battleship. Marines running for their lives. When a Pacifista blasted in the head, one by one, the Sea Beasts fall. A Marine shouts, now is our chance. Let's follow the Vice Admirals. The tide of the battle is turning. Doberman gets on a call with Saturn, one of the 5 elders. The command to the Pacifistas has been overwritten, he reports. Saturn sighs. Such a waste to sink them, but if we have to choose, we choose the Pacifistas. Report the damage that has occurred in the last few minutes. Doberman replies, yes, sir. The Marines are winning, but at a cost. Back in the labo phase, Usopp yells, Sentomaru has been taken down. Vegapunk gasps, what? Chopper whimpers. But he was so strong, Nami mutters. Kizaru has no mercy. Vegapunk, tears in his eyes, urges, hurry up and deactivate the defense system. We can't let Sentomaru's efforts go to waste. Atlas nods. Okay, York sneers, it's pointless, I'm Vegapunk too. But no one pays her any attention. Kizaru looks up at the sky. Vegapunk warns, Kizaru is light itself. He can get past the laser barriers. Usopp panics. What? Does that mean he can get here? Vegapunk nods. Yes. Usopp trembles. We were once beaten badly by him. Kizaru grins. It's been a while. Straw hats and shoots upward like a beam of light. On the Vega Force 1, which is carrying the Thousand Sunny, Frankie shouts, hurry up. Hurry up, as soon as the barrier comes down, we'll escape. Lilith replies, so far, so good. I'll just carry the ship to the back. Luffy, we're counting on you. Bonnie says, let's eat while we still can. Luffy nods, yeah, you can't fight on an empty stomach. Frankie scolds them. Hey, why are you guys eating now? We're gonna escape soon, guys. Then an emergency alarm blares and Frankie asks, Lilith, what's this about? Lilith stammers, an emergency alarm. Why? I thought this place was impenetrable. Kizaru, moving as pure light, enters the labo phase and declares his mission protect at any cost, the power plant. Punk records, York, and ideally one's good friend. But Alas, destroy at any cost Dr. Vegapunk. Usopp screams. Kizaru penetrated the dome. Luffy and the others are outside. Brook gasps, that can't be good. Nami orders, tell him through the snail. Usopp yells, Luffy, run. Vegapunk insists. Until the ship's relocation is complete, I won't deactivate the barrier. Inside, Stussy is sipping tea when she suddenly drops her cup in shock. Lucci, the pigeon guy, attacks Vegapunk, but Stussy jumps in front, taking the hit. Blood spills from her mouth as Vegapunk cries. Stussy. Sanji gasps. Stussy-chan. He turns to Nami. Nami-san, let me borrow this. Nami blinks. What? Damn. What did you do? A bubble gun. Sanji snaps. Seems like he abandoned you. Zoro pulls out his sword and charges at Lucci, who blocks the strike. Zoro growls. Since your allies arrived, you got carried away. Lucci smirks. Between Kizaru and me, you guys are done for. Zoro shouts. Don't underestimate us. Their attacks clash, shaking the room. Zoro pushes harder, slamming Lucci into the wall so hard he crashes outside. In the air, Kizaru watches Punk records from a distance, then shifts his attention to the Vega Force 1. He descends like a flash of light, saying, I wondered why their ship wasn't on the shore. It's here. Bonnie yells. Hurry up, Frankie shouts. Kizaru, he's a Navy admiral. What should we do, Luffy? Luffy doesn't hesitate. Before Kizaru can say, hey, long time no see, Luffy launches a haki, charged kick. Kizaru blocks it and mutters, that's rude. Luffy grins wide. Kizaru, we're 100 times stronger than we were 2 years ago. The episode ends right there, leaving us on the edge of our seats with that thrilling standoff. Episode 1125 is One Piece at its peak thrills, tears, and epic fights. Want more? Drop 1126 in the comments. Smash that like button, and subscribe with the bell so you don't miss what's next. In the next episode, Kuma finally reaches Mary Jiwei's only to face Akinu, who stands in his way. Kuma charges forward, even though he's lost his free will and mind. Meanwhile, Kizaru's mission to eliminate Vegapunk puts the Laba phase in serious danger. The title is Looming Despair, Admiral Kizaru's depressing mission. Luffy yells, I'm gonna become the king of the pirates.
Kizaru finds the Vega Force 01, but is greeted by Luffy, who immediately kicks him as Kizaru blocks. Luffy confidently states that he and his crew are 100 times stronger than they were 2 years ago on Sabaody, so this will not be like last time. Bartholomew Kuma has reached Mary Jiwei's and has unleashed an Ursus shock attack which has devastated several buildings. Sakazuki confronts Kuma as several world nobles appear complaining about the lack of food and demanding that he execute Kuma for injuring all of them in his rampage. Sakazuki tells Kuma that if the world government cannot control him anymore, then they can't let him live. However, what he personally does not understand is his motivations since he has lost his sense of self. As he says that, he attacks Kuma with Migo, destroying a portion of his face. Kuma starts running, but Sakazuki fires a blast of magma that destroys one of his legs, but he still manages to teleport away. After he flees, Sakazuki thinks back to when they captured Bonnie 2 years ago, and he told her that Kuma had willingly offered himself to become a weapon, which Bonnie refused to believe at the time. As the world nobles yell at Sakazuki for letting Kuma escape, he continues to wonder where Kuma is going. On Egghead, the Sea Beast weapons are destroyed by the Pacifista, allowing the Marines to land. Luffy has transformed into Gear 4 Snakeman, and is barraging Kizaru with his punches, which Kizaru blocks, but even he admits that Luffy has become a formidable opponent since defeating Kaido. Kizaru asks Luffy why he is protecting Dr. Vegapunk, but Luffy retorts by asking why he wants to kill him anyway. Kizaru warps far away from Luffy and admits he does not personally want to kill him because he has known him for a long time, but does not have a choice. With blinding speed, Kizaru kicks Luffy so hard he flies into Vega Force 01, completely destroying it and sending him into the Frontier Dome's barrier. The Thousand Sunny falls out of the destroyed robot's hands as Franky, Bonnie, and Lilith run away from the exploding robot. Kizaru confronts the two and comments how much Bonnie has grown, and he asks why she is getting in his way of killing Vegapunk, who she is supposed to hate. Bonnie, however, grabs a wire and uses Toshituki, declaring that her target has shifted. Kizaru easily dodges her, asks her not to make him hurt anyone else he knows, and then kicks her into the barrier as well. Franky charges up a radical beam, but Kizaru has disappeared. Franky realizes where Kizaru must be going and contacts Usopp to warn him just as Vegapunk, Edison, and Atlas crack the code to the Frontier Dome. Vegapunk asks if Franky has brought Vega Force 01 and the ship to the other side of the island. Kizaru appears telling Dr. Vegapunk that his plans have been foiled. He tells Dr. Vegapunk that this mission is tough on him, so he doesn't want to drag it out, but before he can do anything, Luffy reappears after reactivating Gear 5 and using his Gomu Gomu no Gigant technique, grabbing Kizaru with his hand. The sound of Luffy's heartbeat reaches down to the Fabirio phase, and the Iron Giant seems to activate in response to his transformation. Luffy swings Kizaru around and eventually throws him far away from the control tower, giving everyone a window of opportunity to escape. Atlas decides to head for the Fabirio phase to steal back control of the Pacifista Mark I, knowing that they will be a hindrance to their escape. Dr. Vegapunk decides to join Atlas, and he contacts Franky to inform him that Bonnie is still alive but on the Fabirio phase. Sanji offers to join the two to find her while Jinbe gathers Vegapunk's luggage, telling everyone to meet up at the back exit. On the Fabirio phase, the Marines start looking for Bonnie, who is using her devil fruit powers to incapacitate several Marines by changing their age. As she hides, she looks at the unconscious Sentomaru, remembering how he caught her after she hit the Frontier Dome's barrier and fell before passing out again. Meanwhile, Luffy sees Zoro fighting Lucci, with the former reminding his captain to keep focusing on Kizaru. After trading a few blows, Zoro tells Lucci that with his level of power, he will not let him face Luffy. In response, Lucci says he would be better off killing Zoro since he is practically Luffy's too. As for Kizaru, he manages to avoid falling into the sea and uses Yasakani no Magatama to return to the island at light speed. Once he catches up to Luffy, he turns the individual light particles into copies of himself, all of which use Ama no Murakumo to create light swords to attack him, though they surprisingly do minor damage to Luffy. He responds to Kizaru's attack by using Gomu Gomu no Dawn Whip to destroy a few, before making a run for it. As the copies chase after him, Luffy reveals that he was getting them lined up to take them all out at once with Gomu Gomu Domu no Dawn stamp. Much to his misfortune, he realizes that Kizaru used those copies to distract Luffy long enough to return to the control tower, where he grabs Usopp. Kizaru realizes that Vegapunk is no longer present, and both he and Luffy see him and Atlas riding a contraption called Vegatank 08, with Sanji hanging on the outside. Dr. Vegapunk declares that he is on his way to save Bonnie. Kizaru tries to blast him, but Luffy takes the shot. Franky joins the three as he tells Lilith to use General Franky to carry the Thousand Sunny.